Welcome to another episode of the Aftermath podcast. My name is Paolo and I am joined by John and
Hey
Oxo, who
guys.
is on
So, what's up
the east coast of the side of
on
things.
the East
Yep.
Uh
Coast?
yeah, that's it. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
And we're in the West Coast.
In the West
Yeah,
Coast.
This is the
yeah.
greatest rap battle of all time.
Yeah.
East Gang
Before we
versus
go
West Gang.
before we go into anything, just a quick shout out to my guy to my left. Recently had his birthday. Happy birthday. How does it
Oh,
feel to be a
yeah.
year older?
Happy birthday.
Shit, I'm dying.
Alright.
Nah, it was pretty chill. But it's actually back in March, but did a late COVID kind of celebration. It was a pretty
Yeah.
nice weekend.
You celebrated COVID?
No. I celebrated my
Which
life,
one-
man. The
Which
closest
one
to
of you
death,
got COVID?
quarter life crisis.
No.
What?
Did anyone get COVID?
Huh?
One.
One of my homies got COVID. So
Oh,
yeah.
all right, okay.
Other
Yeah,
than
yeah,
that,
so-
the rest of the crew didn't get COVID. I hope.
No,
We all
okay.
tested
we all
negative,
tested.
yeah.
We did rat tests as well.
It's pretty wild though,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was bound to happen. Like I'm
Yeah,
surprised you
yeah.
haven't got COVID yet, Oxo. You're like, because you're living in.
I'm surprised.
the East.
I probably did, but I just didn't notice.
Wait.
It's like
There's a
vibes.
few people in my office. A few people in my office, like two of them who I was like working really closely with, had COVID, but I don't
Damn.
know. I didn't feel anything, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just immune.
Yeah.
Damn,
Your
man.
immunity is next level, bro.
Nah, look, guys. So this is actually episode 31 of the Aftermath podcast.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, hit the 30 mark. 31 looks really nice. And today's
Yeah.
topic, we will be talking about Big Bang.
Big Bang.
Not the theory of how the world was created, but more so the
K-pop.
K-pop group. But have you guys
K-pop
been
group.
seeing like any films or series lately that you wanted to talk about?
We'll talk about it at the end.
end?
Yeah, we'll talk
Alright,
about the
no
last
worries.
end. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, does anyone
Yeah,
here want to
sure,
give
so-
like kind of a brief history or
I
of
think
Big Bang?
we can refer back to our K-pop connoisseur, Oxo.
When I
Thank
said
you very
can
much.
anyone, I was directly
directing at
Oxo.
Oxo. He's ready. He's
I'm
ready. He's
notorious-
ready charged.
Yeah,
He's ready to go.
He's notorious for the man that wanted to put Fantastic Babies
Yeah.
at the back of his leavers jacket
Leave his jacket.
in high school.
So this is
Born-
a whole journey for us,
Yeah.
as a group, as Aftermath.
It was born for this
I'm
moment.
so glad that I didn't. I'm so glad that I didn't. But if there was no Big Bang, there would be no Aftermath.
Yeah.
I'm
If
just
there was no
saying.
Big Bang, there would be no Earth, bro.
All the Christian and Catholic just punching the air right now.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
anyways, so I'll
Take-
just do like a brief introduction of how Big Bang came to be. So they debuted in 2006. Damn, 2006. I was like 10 years old back then, like 9 or 11.
You were 15,
Nine.
fam.
I was what?
2006.
Oh wait,
No,
2006.
no,
my bad, bro.
2006.
My math.
He
My
would
bad.
be- he would
I'm
be,
blind. Yeah. You
he
were
would be
10.
10.
My bad.
Around there, yeah. Anyways,
Yes.
like I think the band, it was like produced by YG Entertainment, and it started off as a group just for gdragon and taeyang, who were like already like trainees under that YG Entertainment, and they were like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I think they added Top after, and it was a pretty cool story because Top at the time was like overweight, and then he
Yeah,
lost 20,
I saw.
20
yeah.
kilos in 1
In
month
2
or
months.
something.
1
Or
month.
2
2
months.
months. 2 months. 2
Yeah.
months.
2
Shit,
months.
20 kilo 1 month.
Just so that he.
That guy was on a eat a slice of bread a day diet, bro. Like shit.
Eat a Tic Tac.
Yeah,
You're good to
yeah.
go.
It's
Tic Tac.
crazy, right?
Tic Tac diet. That's the
And-
Jackie Chan diet, man. He just eats gum. Sorry, keep going. My
Jackie
bad.
Chan?
Yeah,
Wait,
he had a
what?
Jackie Chan diet. He used to just eat chewing gum because he couldn't afford
Oh,
anything else.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Jackie Chan died. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn, that wouldn't be the
What?
first time the internet has done that. Shit. What's his name?
Anyways,
T.o.p. Do you know what T.o.p.
T.O.P.?
stands for? Like
T.O.P. I have no idea. This is a great start.
T.o.p.
And I
Is
just
he like
lost
a
my
top?
cursor. He was like a up and coming kind of underground rapper at the time. So like
Oh, he's a rapper too.
a lot
Shit.
of trainees like nowadays like K-pop, like some
Yeah.
of them, like most of them get recruited for their looks and like whatsoever, but I think Big Bang had like quite a bit of musical talent back then,
Yeah.
and they
gdragon
had, like,
was
this
a
survival
yeah.
Hmm. They had
Gdragon
this
was a rapper
survival
too, right?
show. Yeah, gdragon was a rapper as well, and he's
When
like
he was
a
a kid.
composer. Yeah, yeah. And they're all like really, really like talented because they've been doing music their whole life, and they started off in this reality show called uh who, Tempo or something? No, Who Is Next or something like that. I don't know, but they did a survival reality show to see who will be in that group, Big Bang, and there was like
Yeah.
6 of them. And Seungri, the guy we'll talk about later, because of his scandals, he was the last one to join. And
Damn.
actually, one of the guy, his name's Hyun Sung, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but he later joined Beast, but he was eliminated from that group. So there was
Oh,
supposed to be
okay.
6 members in Big Bang, but there's only 5 kind of like went through,
Shit.
and that's how the group was born. And the group kind of like they debuted mediocre with mediocre success. They didn't really
Yeah.
make a big breakthrough until their second album in 2007.
Yeah.
I think they sold like 120,000 copies, 120,000 copies with because they released
That's
this
album sales
music video
there.
called
Yeah.
album sales. Yeah, their song Lies was really popular, and then later they came back with like Haru Haru and Tonight, which was like super popular. And back then, you know, like K-pop wasn't a big thing as well. So it was like the Southeast Asian countries that like picked it up first, and that's how I actually like got introduced to Big Bang, because my brother like brought like a CD over, and I was like listening to it. I was like,
Oh,
oh, this is pretty
okay.
good. To be honest, at first I was like, what the fuck is this?
Don't worry, man. That was our reaction as well when you taught us to listen.
Yeah.
Nah, just kidding.
No, I did. I
I
listened
like-
to Fantastic
There,
Baby.
there are
You
some
got it?
songs that
Oh,
I still very memorable with Big Bang.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think back then, in like when they released Tonight, they were awarded like the Mnet. They were at the Mnet like TV awards or something with like Justin Bieber and stuff, and that was like a big thing because K-pop wasn't like known
Yeah.
like that well in the West. So that was like pretty crazy. But they've gone through ups and downs. But you know,
Yeah.
they're basically, without Big Bang, there wouldn't be the Korean entertainment industry wouldn't be like where it is today. I think
Is that why they're referred to as the K-pop kings?
pretty much, yeah. The one of the groups that kind of popped like, you know, overseas, while like a bunch of like bands before like never could have done. So like I think there was like a girl band called Wonder Girls that did really well in the West, but then they just like disappeared somewhere else. But Big Bang just like consistently just got better over and over, you know, over time, until they had to all like go, you know, all the scandals and stuff kind of popped up. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're the OG. They're good.
Just trying to drink some coke. keep going.
So unprofessional, man.
It's not drugs.
So,
And it's not sponsored.
How were you guys like introduced to Big Bang though?
Through you, motherfucker. No, actually,
No, like,
it
wait,
was.
did you know
Oh, you go.
before?
You go first.
Yeah, honestly, it actually was you, Oxo.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no.
Okay.
It was actually my other Filipino friends, because in the Philippines,
right.
it became quite popular there as well.
Yeah,
And
right.
it wasn't necessarily Big Bang immediately. It was Taeyang.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the song
dude.
Wedding Dress?
Wedding
Yes.
dress.
Every Asian boy cried in high school watching
yeah,
that video. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it. And then G-Dragon was a household name as well.
Yeah,
They were like two
G-Dragon.
powerhouses, and it was Fantastic Babies. I do remember that. And Generation Girls, was it?
Girls' Generation.
Girls' Generation. My
Girls'
bad, I got it
Generation, yeah. They were
flipped
big
around.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there was kind of like a small little subcategory of a group of us that did
Yeah.
kind of like it. I think I
Yeah,
kind of
definitely.
fell out of the whole K-pop phase when I saw it starting to become kind of mainstream. And because I kind of like the idea that like, oh, I kind of am one of the only few that understands what's going on, as well as I love the choreography. It wasn't as pop as it is now. I feel. I think back then it was more kind of R&B influenced as well.
Yeah, R&B.
And I think that's really evident in like Taeyang and his like, I think it was his solar album. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah. It was a
I torrented that back in the day. Sorry, Taeyang, you're really cool, man. But that was back in the day.
Dog act.
Yeah, but
now the police are going to catch you.
And also our fourth member of the Aftermath podcast, who unfortunately just couldn't make it today, Osama actually introduced me to Beast, which is the group you were mentioning earlier.
Beast was good.
Yeah, he showed me all those music videos, and he was just like, "Dude, this is like me in math class," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then boom, the aftermath was born. Now, what about you, John?
Pretty much.
I think it's either Oxo or my other friend Dustin who introduced me to Big Bang, and then I went to watch the video for Fantastic Baby. I remember watching gdragon. That's what like really attracted me to the group, and he had like this. He had like a really, I mean, the video as well as his the character he's playing in the video. They all had a huge inspiration. I feel like from Lady Gaga, because the videos were kind of like very esoteric.
Gdragon definitely did.
Quite unique. Yeah, like Gdragon especially. And I really like that kind of thing because I never seen that in Korea because you know it's a taboo to either have tattoos or like be really unique in the way you present yourself. But yeah, I really liked it, but I didn't really catch up to K-pop anytime after that. I think that's pretty cool because I really like that one song, and that was from Big Bang as well, and it was pretty cool. Other than that, I never really kept up with K-pop or anything like that. I wasn't really a huge fan per se because for me, I didn't really understand it, and I get it for like Filipinos or like Burmese and stuff. It's like you're watching yourself on there, and it's sort of like a representation for you. And they're at that level.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta obviously like huge respect for them making that much money on their first tour.
Yeah,
like 60 million. That's insane. I don't even think rappers these days can do that stuff. So
honestly, man, like I think the stuff they put out is a lot of wholesome content, I would say.
Yeah.
So when I used to listen to their music back then, not only could I relate to it, but I could genuinely enjoy it more. I think it's now I've kind of been desensitized from it all, where I just listen to rap and you know the stereotype, they just talk about sex, drugs, and stuff. That when I listen to K-pop or maybe even any other wholesome music, I just like I think I've just kind of filtered it out as bad as it sounds, even though I still do enjoy and genuinely enjoy a lot of older pieces of music. Do you also think like Lil Wayne plays like a part in like the aesthetics of K-pop? Because I remember like in that 2009 era, like he was really big, and that's really when big. K-pop was starting to come up.
They're wearing the huge band. I think I was watching some video about not Big Bang, about some K-pop artist. Forgot. He was like a rapper as well. He was in K-pop. He was a singer who turned rapper because he started listening to Wu-Tang Clan. And he listened to Cream and he really fell in love with the track, and he was like, wow, this is insane. I want to try to at least, you know, pay respect or like try to imitate it in some sort of way. And I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. He's trying to copy like old Brooklyn style of rap. That's pretty insane. And for that to have like that much reach into Korean society as well, and for the young generation to accept it, because I think like we're probably going to talk about the controversies with Big Bang and how like marijuana is a huge taboo within Korean society, whereas you know like exploiting young girls of women in general and having like genres of pornography based on those sort of I guess perverted sense of sexuality is kind of accepted,
like fantasies,
you know? Fantasies, like that, but that affect actual people, because it's not a pre-recording or it's not a pre-planned recording or someone starring in that. It's an actual people being affected by it. Also, I think it's pretty cool. I like G-Dragon. I don't know. It's just cool that this guy's
a little swaggy.
He's a swaggy. He's a swaggy motherfucker. Like I swear he's made collabs with a lot of hip hop artists as well. I'm pretty sure
he has.
like a couple of famous ones.
Who's a lady, the really famous rapper like back in the 90s?
Missy Elliott. That's Missy the one, right?
Elliott,
he made a song with Missy Elliott. And just to give you guys a context of who Missy Elliott is, she used to be in a relationship with Notorious B.I.G. So that's how huge that moment is for her to like do a collab with the Korean star like that.
With the Korean,
obviously money was involved, but
one kind of one pattern that I've seen with all like kind of K-pop stars or the groups like YG Entertainment, their demographic has always been like kids, teens, early adulthood.
Early adults,
and it's kind of this like money grabbing like cycle of just like appealing to that demographic, because it's always gonna come every single year.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
now when you look,
that's just K-pop in general.
yeah,
I think that's just how
tricky.
the system is. Yeah.
I think that's why I sort of moved out of that whole like.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying too much attention to it.
YG Entertainment is definitely part of that, but I think what attracted me to Big Bang was that they're heavily involved in the like kind of music, while like most bands, like for example JYP and like SM Town, they'll have producers backing the singers, so they're not actually writing their own music most of the time. So, but Big Bang with with most of the songs that they actually like, all of the songs that they kind of produce and like release, Gdragon writes them. Taeyang is like heavily involved in like producing it, and they're like Gdragon is like a like a genius kind of like musical like talent.
Yeah,
like he basically wrote all the like hit songs that kind of made Big Bang like popular in the first place. Things like Haru Haru and like Lies, and then like Fantastic Baby
like,
as well.
He's like the Ice Cube of the NWA.
Pretty much,
Korean audience. Yeah, okay.
And Taeyang is really good too. Like, and like guys like t.o.p, he's had like kind of semi success with his album in Korea, but he's also like an actor, and he's had success like starring in like Korean movies and things like that. And the other guy, daesung, is super popular in Japan.
Yeah,
like, and they're like very very big in Japan as well. So it's just like that. Like each of them, all five of them, has like a group. Like a role in kind of playing like each other's success. Like Seungri, like as bad as he is, he was like a personality on TV as well, and he's kind of like made the.
He was charming, like kind of, at least the stuff that I saw. Yeah,
he was.
I remember he was having a drinking
game.
game.
Of.
Yeah,
and
he was just pretty charming in that.
Lavish parties and things like that. Yeah, but yeah,
so they all had something to offer, you would say.
Definitely,
they all had something, and they were all sort of multi-talented as well.
Yeah,
especially
definitely. It wasn't
G-Dragon,
just this is like more Big Bang in particular, right? This is not
Big
like
Bang in particular.
Because I know that other K-pop groups, like a lot of them actually like to pay more attention to stuff like choreography and the way the music video would turn out as opposed to the music. I guess that's I guess you're correct in saying that, like, that's one part of Big Bang you can really appreciate.
They do like produce, like K-pop is like, it's like a formula that kind of works. So each year there will be a new group, and they'll have their own concepts, and they'll like attract like younger viewers and things like that. But I think Big Bang is kind of different in a way that everyone can kind of listen to the music, and is the kind of demographic is not just teens, it's like everyone, but maybe because they're older as well. But yeah,
that's true.
Would you compare Big Bang to, what's the name?
Beast?
Not the huge group, that's the huge Korean group right now, Korean pop group.
Oh, BTS.
Yeah, BTS. That's it. BTS.
Wait,
I think they're very different.
You said Beast.
I meant BTS. And I said Beast. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, BTS is like, I guess they're similar in a way that like what BTS stands for is like, do you know how the Korean society? So this was like during the beginning days before the like popping in the West. They were like focusing on like how the Korean society is like very oppressive towards the younger generation in terms of like you have to study, you have to do this, you have to follow this path, and they're like a voice to kind of rebel against that, and that was their message. Yeah, and that was what they were like kind of going for, and they're actually very talented rappers. You might not really understand it. Like, I don't understand the Korean, so can't really kind of judge their musical talent, but they're considered very, very good in terms of like composing and like rapping, and they used to have like ciphers in their albums as well, with each album, until it started popping in the West. So BTS is quite talented, and they work very, very hard. They produce like 1 album, 2 albums a year, I think. No, 1 album a year. Or they try to have that consistency as well. So they're a hardworking group. I think the music for me just kind of, as they kind of started popping in the West is they started trying to cater towards a Western audience, so they started speaking a lot of English and a lot more English, I guess, in the music, and kind of the meaning and the lyrics kind of, for me at least, kind of got lost, and
lost in translation.
The appeal of it kind of lost in translation. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
if you go from your native language to like your secondary language, you can't really convey what you're trying to say, and people can really see that or like hear that in their music as well. Yeah, that's why I don't really like when like for example for me, if I hear like an Indian rapper start speaking in English and he has that like really heavy accent as well, it just doesn't hit me as much as like an American rapper, because I'm just so used to like listening to that. And also it doesn't feel as, he's probably not getting his message across that he wants to in saying that language, because he doesn't really understand that language but as well, I would say. I don't know, that's something like that. But definitely. BTS is pretty popular, I'm not gonna lie. They have a collab with Louis Vuitton. They did a whole video and stuff. It's insane. And
that's crazy.
They collab with Megan Thee Stallion, I think.
Dude,
for one of their songs.
Didn't they collab with like McDonald's or something?
They did.
They did that whole like.
They collab with McDonald's, Samsung.
They collab with Nike.
Nike, did they?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, they got wait, I could be wrong. Hold up.
What do you think? What do you guys think about the military kind of service, the compulsory military service that they have to do?
I mean, like, you can't really do much about it. Yeah, what are you saying?
The fact that each of them like are doing so much for the country in a way.
Yeah,
like, they have so much influence, and then they suddenly have to like go do military service. Do you think if they were kind of like allowed to like not do military service, it would be like very bad representation for them in the country? Or do you think it's like a waste of talent that they have to go for like a few years?
I think conscription either way is pretty stupid. Conscription to the military is pretty stupid. But I think the way the Korean government thinks about conscription, I think Singapore as well, is a way for their citizens or like the youth to get some sort of direction in their life. And that could be the reason why. Obviously, gdragon and all the members of like Korean pop groups don't need that, because they already know what they want to do in their life. But that doesn't apply to necessarily all the other youths. But also, if they don't end up they don't get conscripted, then it sort of sets a precedent that, okay, if you're a singer, you don't need to get conscripted. But then you have to ask yourself, how famous do you have to be? You know what I'm saying? There's like a whole, there would be a whole sort of gray area then. It's better if they just go conscripted. It's not like they're losing fans or anything. It's like 2 years. The news probably keep talking.
Only like 1.5, isn't it?
But
I think it was less than one, because.
But don't you think if an artist is away for 1.5 years, they'll kind of like, because they're like different ages as well, so they probably won't go at the same time.
Yeah,
but do you think they'll kind of lose popularity?
In Big Bang's case, though, they've been running for like 10 plus years.
Yeah.
So they're already like a renowned household name. Like they're not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't the media media even talked about gdragon even when he was in conscription in military service?
I swear that guy got like, I swear that guy got like injured every single time he was about to go
deployed.
Yeah.
He's just like, yo, sorry, man. I rap about all this tough stuff in my lyrics, but I can't do the job.
He's just like, my ankle's sore. He gets hospitalized. I'm like, what?
That's so troll, man.
Yeah. Look, I can't say that. I kind of agree with it, but it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think they would have to go into the military, because you kind of don't want to show your citizens that there are tiers to this, where if you're on this like high tier, you're above the law. You know what I mean? And if you can get like a Korean idol star, K-pop star to do the military, then it kind of sends a message to all the other people out there as well, that it's like mandatory that they do it as well.
It's mandatory. Yeah, definitely.
And it's, adding to what John says, which is in a way maybe good for them, because it will give them some kind of direction. Not to say that everyone needs it, especially at that weird age. I think, was it 21 to 28 or?
I don't know, it could be 18, right?
18 to 29, I think, or something like that, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
even though maybe not everyone needs it, it's just good that there's no like power level or anything to it. Just you gotta do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I still think it's kind of silly, but hey man,
Conscription, yeah.
It's a different.
But I don't think
I guess
the Korean army is like that intense on the war front. It's probably some border dispute with North Korea and South Korea. That's probably what they're like being deployed to. Not
maybe
like
they
going to
just
Afghanistan or some shit.
Yeah, so maybe they're just getting the citizens to be kind of ready.
Yeah,
you know,
ready
like,
for invasion.
Be familiar with military, kind of. Yeah, because there's a huge threat up north.
Let's talk about the controversy about the sun.
So how can someone be up there so high? How can it come down crashing? Like what scandals were going on?
Yeah,
and this is with every single group member as well, and except for maybe Taeyang, I think. I think Taeyang's the good boy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with Taeyang, yeah.
It's kind of crazy, isn't he? The most like he's probably like.
He's very
dude.
quiet.
He's the one with the shaved head with the mohawk.
Yeah.
So I thought he would be the edgy cool guy. You know?
Edgy rebel. He's the edgy rebel, but he knows he's got his stuff sorted.
But then you gotta watch Wedding Dress, and then you're like, oh wait, no, that makes more sense.
He got married a few years ago as well to this actress, so he's living a happy life. But everyone else, like their lives are falling apart.
You want to get married to Taeyang?
No, I'm just joking.
Shit, say no, man. So what's the scandal called again?
Sun. Do you want to go through the scandals before? So gdragon, he had a scandal with military service, as you said.
Yeah.
Right. T.o.p had his like marijuana scandal where he smoking marijuana in Korea is a big taboo. And like there was a case in the same kind of entertainment company, YG Entertainment. There was a guy called BI who's extremely talented, not to the level of gdragon, but he had the potential to be. But he was kind of like caught trying to buy LSD from like someone, and so they like released the screenshots and stuff, and he got kicked out of the group, and he had to publicly like apologize and shit, and it was like pretty fucked up.
Why did he need to apologize?
That's from not even using it. That's like,
insane.
What's the thing with like these K-pop stars doing like public apologies?
It's like a YouTube apology,
and they put so much, they put a lot of emphasis on like how shameful they feel. Is that because of like the Korean culture and?
Maybe
just who like tells them to? Why do they need to apologize? Is it like a law?
It's definitely their agent, man.
Like, the agent or something.
It's the entertainment industry for sure. I think Korea is like. The society is like it works differently from us, so it's kind of hard for us to kind of.
So, but he didn't get back. Did he still make money from the music that he was making, or was it just
well, yeah, he did, but he got kicked out of the group, so the group kind of just fell off because he was the main guy that was like producing and stuff. And,
okay.
That group had like big potential. They were very talented as well, like very similar to no band's gonna be as like good as Big Bang, but. Along that trajectory, they're going along that trajectory. But
that's a little subjective, isn't it?
In Korea, you could say, yeah.
BTS fans just mad right now. Oh, okay.
I don't know much about BTS, but it's kind of crazy that this is for marijuana and LSD. Like that was me. Actually, I wouldn't know. I don't live in Korea. I shouldn't say anything.
You know what's the funny thing with the whole T.o.p or T.o.p situation? He tried to he was directed by YG Entertainment, or I think it was his manager, to put the blame on his girlfriend, and they told his girlfriend to just take the hit because she's got nothing to lose, but he has so much to lose. And then she was getting all this backlash, and she was just like, wait a minute, what the hell? And then she just came out with it and just said everything.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
he was hospitalized as well, I think, at some point.
Yeah, because he overdosed.
He was.
I think it was like sleeping pills or something.
Because they won't let him have marijuana.
Yeah, they wouldn't let. And then he was actually diagnosed with depression.
Jeez.
And they told him not no weed for you. I'm just like, oh.
I'm pretty sure that would probably help him out.
Probably would have helped him. I mean, if he was on opioids, then I'll be like, what? Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying he was. I'm just saying,
Yeah, definitely.
That's illegal.
No, but daesung, the other guy that's like always smiling and stuff. The one with a very high smile. He got into a car accident like a few years back, and I think someone died from that car accident.
Shit.
Oh wait, who is this?
And
Daesung.
Daesung, yeah,
Daesung.
Yeah, Daesung. I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Was
it was
he
Daesung,
under
but
the
yeah,
influence? Was he
we
the
don't.
DUI?
No,
We
he
don't know.
wasn't
It was
DUI.
just
So there was like this guy that had a initially there was a motorcycle accident, right? And he fell off his motorcycle, and then this taxi pulled up trying to help out that motorcycle guy, right?
Yeah.
And then Daeyang, this guy, he was going 80 kilometers per hour on a 60 zone,
Oh, okay.
and he just completely missed that guy on the floor, and then he just like rammed him over.
Oh.
And in the process of doing that, yeah, he actually hit the taxi cars. Yeah, no, the guy didn't make it.
Yeah,
but the thing is like
kilometers
the autopsy is they couldn't determine whether he was dead before he got hit or not.
So okay, right.
Yeah, but the not to say that it's any better, but the motorcyclist initially they looked at his alcohol level.
Yeah.
And it was over 3 times the amount of the standard drinking level.
That's all made
so
up.
the motorcyclist was a DUI. Who knows if he was still alive after the first initial crash? But yeah, he did get rammed by our boy.
That's fucked.
I mean, not our boy. Sorry.
Yeah. Probably some shit made up by the company. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no.
3% over the.
Because I looked at some of this, right? I was like researching a bit, and it just kind of seems like
too dodgy.
There's so many cover-ups that look so convenient in every like when you watch a K-drama and you're just like, this is way too convenient for something to happen just here at this instant. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. It's like the rock stars back in the 90s. There's like, like overdose and all that shit. Even the Beatles were pretty like,
No, but the thing is that even if they overdose, there's no cover-ups or anything, because if there was a cover-up, people would find out somehow. Because in America, at least, the journalists are just like, this is a good way for me to make money if I expose some dirt on this stuff, Yeah. And we'll make huge money on.
But then they're also sometimes they're also like bribed not to publish something.
Shit. They would have to buy the whole company or something. Or they would have to have some blackmail. I mean, Korean is probably a little bit different.
They did like 69 million in 1 year. I'm pretty sure they got enough coins.
Policeman, you want $100? Okay, here you go. Who else?
So who's the other guy? So did you gdragon?
Seungri.
So that was just his. Did you want to talk about his military service scandal as well?
He did. He talked about it.
No, I think we talked enough.
Okay.
Right? Unless you want to add something.
The only other one I can really think of is him getting that like special room where there's like refrigerator and TV. And then like everyone was kind of complaining like, oh, this is like preferential
special treatment.
Special treatment.
Yeah.
There's
a few there's a really famous soccer player called burningsun. And he plays for Tottenham, which is like he's one of the biggest teams in the world, like soccer team, soccer wise. And he didn't want to do military service so bad because he would have lost so much money from that, 1.5 year that he's
of course,
away.
Man,
so
of course. Especially if they're in the prime of their career as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, but they managed to win the Asian Cup or something, and that allowed him to kind of escape the kind of
because he's representing Korea, I guess.
Yeah, and he won a medal for Korea, and then that's how you can get away from it. But Seungri, do you guys want to do like a? Do you guys?
Quick one down. How do you say his name again?
I was so shook.
Seungri.
The burningsun scandal, right?
He was part of that,
Yeah, burningsun scandal. So just to give a little bit of context here, the burningsun scandal was it was found out that there was like a whole group of people putting spy cams in places that are considered private, such as toilets, bathrooms, or even change rooms, etc.
Not just there though. I was surprised that it was like a big epidemic here in Korea.
Oh yeah. So like a lot of people are doing it as well. But I guess this is the most popular one because it involved one of the members of Big Bang, you could say. And it was it was sort of like a fetish, just watching them do their thing. But these are all actual people. It's not pre-recorded or how do I say?
There's no consent.
There was no consent given. It was non-consensual, and it's sort of like you could compare it to the fappening. I think like Remember that?
Which one, sorry?
The Fatming scandal when the iCloud hack. Yeah, they leaked all those celebrity nudes and stuff. But in this case, not celebrity nudes. This is just like common people having their private parts just shown. And it was like a secret chat room, so we'd get access to this images or like live streams, you could say, to these videos.
Yeah.
And one of the members of Big Bang was part of it. And he also solicited prostitutes as well to different business members and stuff who would try to invest within YG Entertainment. And YG Entertainment
was like the clubs around Gangnam, wasn't it?
It was within not YG, it's within burningsun. So burningsun is like a nightclub in like that Gangnam district. It's a quite popular, I think. Seungri was like, I think it's like an investor or maybe like a part owner of that club. And what happened was there was like a video footage of a guy who tried to protect a girl from I think she was like drunk up or something. Yeah. And he got like beat up outside the club. There was like security footage leaked and stuff. And so after that got like released online, there was like a huge kind of like media kind of turmoil where there was a lot more victims. This was during like, I think this was around when the Me Too movement was happening as well. So there was like a lot of people like coming forward saying that girls were getting drugged up, and then they were being sent to like rooms for like these like VIP clients in that burningsun kind of club. And then apparently there was like a celebrity who had like a huge thing for like unconscious girls kind of thing. And like he will like get the club members, like the people that work there, to bring them in and stuff to like get drugged up and shit. And that was a big thing. And then I think when the police was investigating Seungri and took away his phone and stuff, there was like a group chat that they found. And in that group chat, there was like made like huge like celebrities, like these are like top tier celebrities, like old guys, obviously. One of the guys, actually the rapper from Beast, he was in that group chat as well.
Is that a
Sheesh.
Jin Hyun, I think.
Jung Jun Young. And there's like Choi Jung Hoon.
Choi Jung Hoon. Yeah. That's him.
Man, what the continue, sorry.
I know. And there was like a few other actors and like other singers as well in that group, and they were like sharing kind of like non-consensual kind of sexual images and videos on that chat, and that got released. Well, that was like the police got hold of it and stuff, and it was like released in the media and things like that. So that was a whole big scandal.
Cover that up,
dude. When they got like investigators trying to sort out what was actually going to happen, because it's like a situation where all these high profile people are there, right? They were the police, they were actually like bribed as well. I think it like equated to like 24,000 Australian dollars, right? They can just like kind of make this all go away. And then like I also found this other video as well. There's like, I think it's even on YouTube, Mr. Kim, right? So the one that was initially trying to help a girl, and then one of the members was like beating him up as well. When he tried to go to the police, right? He was actually like his evidence that he asked for, like of the camera footage of him being beat up and stuff. They tried to like get rid of it as well, and they actually beat up Mr. Kim, and that's why he filed like he sued the Gangnam police force as well there. And then they're saying as well, like for the trial, they were just like for the police force, they were saying, there's 4 cameras there, right? Of Mr. Kim actually getting beat up by the police, and you can actually see it as well. And they're saying, right? They're saying that out of the 4 cameras, there was only one that was submitted. One of the other ones said it wasn't that good of an angle, so we didn't bother submitting it. And then the other 2 cameras, they were saying like, those cameras aren't working. They're just like there for sure. Like there was a fault found like 3 years ago, but they haven't gotten it fixed. But then they're just also like, well, this is like the Gangnam police force, and it's like, there's like a big exponential growth in technological development. You mean to tell me that like you guys only got one camera that caught all of that?
And Gangnam is a pretty affluent neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So there should be an affluent police.
So it's clear that like the was it burningsun, was it?
burningsun,
Yeah, burning.
So it was clear that the burningsun kind of had like the police force
under there.
in their kind of control as well, with all the bribes. And it's just like
pocket.
yeah. So it just makes you think like how long has this been going for? Like
how many more clubs do this stuff?
Because they found those like celebrities, like what was his name?
I feel like it's the boys, but the series boys, but it's sort of like Korean.
Because Jun Young, like he was like found assaulting 10 different women.
Really?
Some of them were unconscious as well. Yeah, and they were all filmed and streamed in like those chat rooms as well.
Really, that's fucked up.
And you can actually like subscribe to it and have like an ongoing subscription for like the spy cams. Yeah, it's so bad, man. It's actually really bad.
Yeah,
it's like an OnlyFans for spy cams.
Yeah,
but it's run by some betos.
Yeah,
that's insane. Anyways,
so yeah, there was a YouTube video about how like this reporter went in to see like how many hidden cams that she can find in this like in the hostel, in the Love Hotel, like and she found shocking in the shower heads, in like the TV, and the remote control.
How did they find it? Is it like really small or like
you could hide it in like a blow dryer, like pens, like
damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they like had to use like
like a metal scanner or something, or
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
sheesh,
it's fucked up.
That's messed up.
Where did they put the
scared too?
Yeah, maybe it's like sync to the cloud or something. They had the technology for that.
That's expensive, then. Like
no, it's just sending a wireless signal to the router and just pings it back to the cloud. Maybe they have like
but if they have all those devices, they would need like a proper big modem or like all those routers around.
No, it's just a Wi-Fi signal, and it would just be the server would be like probably provided by some other company or something, and that's just giving the live stream to who have subscribed. They're probably paying good money as well, because this is like probably like a huge fetish, because it's that popular. Like they have all those.
It's like a black market industry.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Pretty fucked up.
Shit.
So I just want to ask you real quick, man. Do you think that, including what was his name again? Sorry, seungri. Like, do you think that Big Bang can actually bounce back from this? Because there has been some instances where they've kind of taken hiatus, taken a break, like 2-3 years separation, then they come back stronger than ever. Do you think it's possible for them to come back?
They did release like a song just recently, like a single, and that's like very, very popular. It went like top in like majority of the countries.
These guys, they all finished their they finished
they all finished
their military.
They finished their military service. They all kind of came back. Obviously, Seungri would never be able to work in the entertainment industry again. I don't think. But I think,
but he's got a lot of businesses though.
They can come back.
He's got a lot of businesses.
He would still be getting like residual and royalties and everything, right?
Stuff,
yeah.
Wait, he didn't get arrested?
I think
he did.
He did. He's in jail.
What?
He's in jail, I think. Yeah.
He's in jail?
Yeah, I think so.
He had like I think it was like 3 or 6 years.
That's it?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't anything crazy. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What about the other guy, the guy who was raping unconscious girls?
I can't remember.
I don't know, but some of them like.
But I just remember those numbers
were like the worst one there.
Shit.
Yeah.
The very famous actor. I think he was in a few K-dramas as well. He was like kind of like the main guy in that group that was like posting the videos and shit.
I didn't get it.
And he was in jail as well.
Why would they do all this stuff? I thought they're like good-looking people.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, if you're put in the kind of like,
and you're famous as well, why do you need to like solicit prostitution?
If you're put in the limelight and you're that famous and you can get anything you want, like I feel like your mind's just
why would you want to pay? Like you could just like meet up with the fan or something. Isn't that what they do anyway? They meet up with fans and stuff, and the fans are willing. There you go, consensual. Shit.
Right.
Stupid. Especially at that level of popularity. Like, why would you be...
the prostitution thing with Seungri, I think he was doing it for investors. Yeah. So I was watching Showtime,
Yeah.
The Lakers. What was
good
show
transition.
Good transition, smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth criminal.
Genie Boss was it? Is it? Well, no, it's not Genie Boss. Sorry. Jerry Boss.
Jerry
He was
Boss.
doing the same shit.
Jerry
on
Boss
the
with
show.
investors and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just like, oh yeah, just get the investors get laid,
Get
and
them
it was
laid.
played as like a comedic effect.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. But
like
here
the
it's
show
like
and stuff,
serious
but
thing. But
yeah,
it's probably those chicks
so
are
it's
probably
pretty fucked
actually
up.
in on the thing, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, whereas this one is, I don't think these were even prostitutes. They're probably just
some of them were like like underage as well, and you'd have to, and for those ones you'd have to pay like tens of thousands, like
tens of thousands. Oh man,
I
which
think
is
it's just
just
people
like
who like walk into the clubs, you know, like you just imagine walking into a club and then you getting drugged up. They're just normal people.
Yeah, they just spike their drinks, like
yeah.
Damn. But I guess in like at that time during the 80s and stuff, I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure those were actually paid for, and this was in LA. It's legal as well. It's not illegal like it is in Korea. Maybe I don't know if sex work is illegal in Korea. I'm not sure. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, like, so what episode are you up to on that on the series?
I'm on the latest one. I don't
latest
know
one.
I lost count of like what episode, but it's pretty good.
Like
it
episode 6,
slowly showing.
Maybe
Yeah,
episode
episode 6
huh?
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, I think.
But the coach, what's his name? The very like strict coach. He fell off his bike.
Oh
it
yeah,
was pretty gruesome. That scene was fucked up.
And everything was like rolling and flowing for them. Like they had the greatest launch pad, and sad day.
Pat Riley isn't the coach yet.
Not yet.
I think he's an announcer.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a tough guy, but he's actually a bit more feeble.
Oh no, he's a tough guy now, bro. Completely different. Yeah.
Now he's
Godfather, man.
No blood sucker. Yeah, shit.
It was funny how they were like, "Oh, your voice sounds a bit, you know."
Huh?
Oh, what did he say? Yeah. Did he use the word faggot?
Yeah.
The F word, just say it, bro. Got providing context,
dude. I don't know. I'm pretty excited.
I'm
pretty excited to see like how they're going to showcase Larry Bird up against Magic Johnson. Has it been shown yet in episode 5 or 6?
Not yet. No.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna shoot that, because like those battles between those two were like
legendary.
Box office, grab your popcorn, always sold out. Like
right.
Curious to see what the first game was like.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested as well. What did you watch?
Yeah, what did you watch, man?
Hey guys. I watched a movie called Everywhere, Everything, Always at Once. Everywhere, Always at Once. Sorry, it's so confusing, the name. It's just like, it's called Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Oh my god, it's an incredible film. I think everyone should go watch it at least once. And they still have showtimes at the moment. It's a wonderful film. I think the budget was 25 million. It's obviously an all Asian cast, and and the directors as well is the Asian directors as well. I think it's
it's in cinemas right now.
Yeah, it's in cinemas right now.
I'll actually watch it.
It's directed by like a duo, like Joe Russo and Anthony Russo. I'm pretty sure Joe and Anthony actually produced this film as well. And for a reference, Joe and Anthony Russo is the people who directed from Captain America: Winter Soldier to Endgame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's those guys. I think so. I'm pretty sure they are, or maybe I'm mixing it up with another film. But oh my god, this movie's insane, man! It's insane. Really? It's a full-on like. Film. Just imagine like if Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, but Disney had no hand in it, so it's like completely unique, and it's super trippy. And the thing is, like, the way they challenge your thinking in terms of thinking the multiverse is like a whole idea that nothing really matters, because everything you have done has already been done in one universe. And the special power of this individual, at least two individuals, is it's like a story of family, but this two individuals is that they're sort of that one thing that's constant within all the universes. So they have the power to access the personality of each of these people within all the universes, and each of these people are their own personality. It's confusing, but you have to watch the movie to get
What do you
it.
mean by access? Like,
They access all their powers, the memories, etc.
oh, okay.
So maybe in one universe, you know, there's a person with hot dogs for fingers, so they sort of access that. They sort of access that memory of that person. Or one universe, they're like completely competent in fighting or like kung fu and stuff. They access that memory in there, and they get those abilities. It's pretty insane, and I think the most unique thing about this is the cinematography and also the editing, because it really reminded me of I don't know if you guys watched the movie Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Oh yeah,
it's really like that. Like it's like a comic book, you know, but it's not really a comic book. It's very unique in the way he directs it.
Sounds fun.
It's really fun film,
All
and
right.
also the story of family that intertwines throughout the whole film and throughout the whole universe, you could say, the multiverses. It's very beautiful. I actually started crying towards the end. I'm not even joking. I was actually like tearing up. Like it was that beautiful. Like there's a scene of family towards the end. I don't want to really spoil it or anything, but it's like a beautiful combination of multiple generations coming together and trying to save an individual, you could say. Or like, you know, like for us, like in our culture, like ethnic cultures, the older generations are sort of set in their ways, and they have a certain set of values and thoughts that are quite different to us, you could say. And then the new generation comes in, and it's sort of like they try to change that value, because I guess this is not a spoiler, but one of them would be in this series, in the movie at least, the mother is sort of that tiger mom personality, but she applies this sort of pressure that her father did to her daughter, but her daughter sees herself as sort of a loser because she never conformed to her mother or her granddad's ideals. Because not only is her daughter like a bit on the thick side, but she's also gay, and she's a relationship with a girlfriend, and the mother really never acknowledges it per se, and she never tells her father as well. And in that way, you see how the whole movie develops, because her daughter never felt acknowledged. It's such a beautiful story. Her daughter never felt acknowledged in her life. I would love to do a whole episode on this.
I'll actually watch it tomorrow.
But obviously you guys have to watch it. It's a beautifully unique film, and I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like I've seen like a lot of like multiverse movies, like for example Butterfly Effect, or like you know, it's like that, but it's so emotional and it's very unique, and the comedy is hilarious. There's a lot of comedy in this. It's very obviously it's very R-rated comedy because it's like an MA film. It's really funny. It's exciting. A lot of great action scenes, great cinematography, and great direction overall, man. And you might have recognized the main character. She was actually in Shang-Chi, as the auntie. You know, like in kung fu stuff. And she's there in a lot of movies. I think his name was Michelle Yeoh. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing it up. I'm not sure what her actual name is. You find it? Shit. Yo, Jamie, pull it up. Yo, Jamie, pull it up.
Damn, the name is so long.
Yeah. You guys will probably see. Yeah, but she's a standout. But for me, the biggest standout in the whole series was actually the father. So I forgot his name. I don't know his name. The father is, man, the father and the mother, like that whole relationship is also one of the foundations of the story as well. How they both view the world differently, because whereas the father views the world to the lens of love, the mother views the world to the lens of, like, you know, how would I say it? To the lens of perception, like how people perceive her. That's what I would say, and how people respect her. And it's just like these conflicting ideals that are like in conflict throughout their whole lifetime, and how it leads to their relationship either breaking apart or being even more better towards the end. Oh my god, some of the scenes in this film, oof. It's like
this is an A24 film as well. I'm surprised.
Yeah, A24. This budget is 25 million. That's what I'm saying. They don't require fancy CGI. It's just camera techniques they use and like how unique the dialogue is and how unique the scene is in each scene that just like mesmerizes you from the get-go, you know? But it's a brilliantly directed film. I'm not saying anything bad against Multiverse of Madness or anything. I reckon it's going to be insane as well because, you know, Sam Raimi's directing it. But this is an insane film. If you're looking to see Doctor Strange, you should definitely watch this as well because this is insane. Like every scene is like, it's great. That's all I gotta say. That's my non-spoiler review.
Awesome.
Maybe we do a spoiler review after you guys watch it. Check it. I don't know if they're still showing it.
Yeah, they are.
They're still? Oh, okay. They're still showing it.
Okay. I want to go watch it tomorrow.
I'm actually gonna watch it tomorrow. Yeah.
Watch it. Yeah. Really recommending you to watch it. It's really good. Just I don't know, take some drugs, whatever you want to do. But you watch that shit. But I watched it sober as hell, and it was that good. That's what I mean.
Don't you watch all your movies sober as hell?
Yeah. Go. But it's insane. It's good. It's great. Yeah. Shit, there's like a trailer going in the background as well. And it's also the side characters also have a huge influence on the story as well. Because again, it's to do with the idea of being accepted and love and like family values. It's a really great film, honestly. Yeah. But seems I think especially if you're like an ethnic person, this is definitely a film to watch, you know? You could definitely relate to it. You could see yourself in certain characters as well. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Okay.
It's funny. Awesome. It's funny too, But that's my review of that. Yeah, I don't know what else I watched.
Do we need another episode?
Yeah, definitely. We might continue this in another episode if you guys watch it and stuff. Yeah, I would be interested.
Yeah, definitely.
In reviewing the whole thing.
Shit.
I mean, I might watch it again. I don't mind.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Aftermath podcast. This is our 31st episode, and if you've made it this far, you are the fantastic.
You are the best.
And you are welcome that we provide you with such entertaining content as well. Exactly. But we are also grateful.
Yeah. I hope you liked our breakdown of Big Bang, controversies, K-pop, the Korean culture, even though none of us are Korean. Spy cams, damn. The fetishization.
I think John is half Korean though.
Shit, yeah, right.
Nah, you're looking at the wrong John.
Yeah. John who? No, that is. And the review of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, couple of I hope we actually review the film. I'm really interested in reviewing it. I will be game.
Me too.
But anyway, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, etc. Aftermath Podcast 1-2. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It should be in the description below. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Because okay. That's all I say. Okay. Very good. Okay. Thank you for listening, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Peace.